So I'm Michelle, and I'm actually an addiction counselor. I've been working in the addiction field, providing treatment around addiction for the last 32 years. And actually, my areas of specialty in addiction are working with people that have problems with gambling and also overuse of technology as well. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I love karaoke. I love music, concerts, theater, volleyball, animals. Yeah, I have quite a few different interests.
Amazing.
My name's Noah. I'm 16. I'm in grade 11. And some of my hobbies and interests are magic, juggling. That's actually my part-time job. I'm an entertainer. And I also like animals, robotics, hanging out with friends and family, live music, video games.
Those kind of things.
Mhm.
I'm John. I grew up in Wallaceburg, a small town near Chatham and Sarnia in southwest Ontario. I went to school in Sarnia, moved to London, met Michelle there playing volleyball, and lived there for about 10 years before we moved here to Guelph. And yeah, so I was heavy into volleyball until I had an injury and stuff. So I fill my time now with photography and trading, helping Noah with his business. So I spend quite a bit of time on that, and yeah, and just day-to-day things around the house and stuff. Oh, I should tell you what I do too. I'm I study IT, information technology, so I do database programming for an insurance company in Kitchener.
So that's kind of an interesting story. When we were thinking about back when we first attended our first show, it was actually back in 2017, and we just stumbled on Live History. It was the summer. It was August 2017, and we had planned a family vacation. So we were looking at different day trips. And one of the day trips that we decided to do was we wanted to go to Hamilton, and we wanted to tour the Haida, the tribal worship there. And as we were learning more about what that worship was all about, I saw on their website that Live History was going to be doing a performance or an event in September, September 30th, actually, in 2017 on the ship. So I had purchased tickets at that time. Yeah, we really wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, as all of us, when we did our introduction, we all really love theater. I actually used to do murder mystery dinner theater for about 5 years in my life, and we weren't quite sure what this was all going to be about. So we like adventure and we like spontaneity. So we thought, wow, this sounds interesting.
Yeah, we didn't know if anyone was going to die at this or not, or if we would have expected a meal or something. But yeah, it was all yeah, it was all just let's just go for it and let's see what this is about and stuff. It seemed interesting, and the ship is certainly interesting, and yeah, and it was, we're always into we've seen a lot of shows, a lot of theater, and I mean all kinds of entertainment and stuff. And this is something we hadn't done, and yeah, it certainly seemed interesting. So yeah, we're kind of fearless that way. So yeah, you're all nice enough about it too. You're pretty yeah, it's pretty city to I mean just be engaged in the whole entertainment part of it, but also just like the close quarters of it, and yeah, just that aspect of it as well.
Yeah. So we've actually been to 5 of your shows. The first one on the Haida was Robin's Redemption. So we did that one. We've been to Woodside and Kitchener as well, and we've seen 3 shows there. We've seen Mary's Odyssey there. In Time, and then In Time Unlimited as well. And we also went to Erlen Lee House, and that was the round table. Yeah, so John and I have been to 5 shows,
I've
and
been to 4.
Noah's been to 4.
Yeah, I mean, we're not that far from Woodside, which is in Kitchener. In fact, I go by it pretty much every day when I go to work and stuff. So, but I don't know that we'd actually been in there at all before your show. So, I mean, here it is a national historic site, and it, you know, it took your show to get us to go there and actually stop in and enjoy that part of it and that history of it. Yeah, and it's like you said, all the shows are different. You can hear a cat. Yeah, and everybody has their own like favorites and their favorite moments and stuff. So.
So I think when I was reflecting back on the different shows that we've been to and thinking about favorite location, definitely hands down for me, it was the Haida warship. I just thought that was such that was our second time there because we toured it as a family and then went for John's birthday. I just thought the whole place was so amazing, and it's such an incredibly cool venue to deliver live history there. It was just fascinating to me, and I'd never seen anything like that. Not only the ship, but live history. So that was my favorite location. I think my favorite show, I really had a hard time figuring out, but I really liked the round table at Erlen Lee House. I like that we were part of a wedding, that we were guests or related to the different characters at the wedding. And I like that we all sat down at a table. There was cheese, there was grapes. I like the food aspect to it. I think I like the intimacy and really interacting with all the other guests and the characters, kind of like we all were at a wedding. And I found that was really that was a really neat thing. And I liked a lot of the games that we played as well. So yeah, I really liked the whole round table vibe and experience.
I think my favorite. Yeah, I think you had asked about location and moment and venue and everything, and they were all wrapped up at the same spot on the Haida. I think that was my favorite. It was our first one, but it's also the one that I think is most memorable to me. One is, like I mentioned before, it's just I mean, you're on a ship, so it's naturally close quarters and stuff, and to have live actors that close to you was like I've never experienced that. I mean, all the shows we've been to and stuff, we've had pretty good tickets and stuff, but never never quite that close and stuff. So literally, like you hear about people being on a ship and just how close things are, and that was definitely close. And that your character Robin, I think I really I enjoyed that character. It's my favorite character that you do, and just like listening to the dialogue that you've written or whoever's written with that, I really connected well with that character. Literally. I mean, we were pretty connected there, about as close as you can be there too. I remember I was sitting in a spot there that was kind of a bit of a walking thoroughfare, and you were in and out all the time and stuff. So I had a small role just trying to keep. I remember having my legs crossed there, and the number of times I had to pull my foot out from under your dress. I mean, that's close action. About as close theater as I have experienced, but. Yeah, and then the moment outside the ship as well, at the end there with the visiting the grave site and passing the coins and stuff like that. I thought that was a pretty powerful moment. I still remember that. The most of all the fun.
So I wasn't invited to the Haida for some reason, but it seems like that was a pretty good show. But my favorite location would probably have to be Woodside, because of the 4 shows I've been to, 3 of them were there, and I really like the atmosphere there. I like walking around in the rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite show would be In Time Unlimited. I really liked how we did quests and stuff, and how in that location, we got to walk around in the rooms and do like different quests in the rooms, like counting. Like we counted pillows. I counted jars. I had to find like little toys in this cup thing, and yeah, I think that was definitely my favorite because that was a fun one. And I think my favorite moment was also at Woodside. It was when I brought my friend, and we were just like going through the story, and he went, "Hey, Mr. King, can you make me a sandwich?" And like they were walking to the they were walking to the kitchen, and Mr. King was like, I don't know if we have any bread. And like he just like went with it, and I thought that was really funny. That was my favorite part.
Well, with the flow of it.
Yeah.
Who knew you got the Prime Minister to make a sandwich?
That was the best part.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I think too,
Okay.
like in the 5 shows that we've been to, 2 of them we brought friends. So even just for some of the friends that we've brought, we love it so much, we want to share it, and we want them to also experience it. And the feedback from the friends that have come to your shows, they've really enjoyed it. It's been such a unique experience for them. We get excited for the newness of live history, and being able to introduce them to it. And the feedback is they have a great time. They didn't know what to expect. And so it's neat to also hear from the people we've invited just how much they enjoy live history as well.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know if there's that aspect of like, I know people don't want to go to comedy sometimes to sit up front because there's that kind of anxiety about that kind of thing. Or even when Noah does magic shows and stuff, people tend not to sit in the front rows and stuff. And I don't know that there's that fear with your shows and stuff because it's not the same kind of. It's not that same kind of interaction and stuff. So yeah, I would say, I would think that people that are into theater or shows or anything new, or even at like at escape rooms, that kind of vibe as well. Plenty of people are into that. Anyone who's kind of interested in that kind of thing should just, they should kind of be fearless about it. I mean, it's not frightening at all, and it's a unique experience, and I think everyone should at least try it and just take themselves out of their own comfort zone of what they're used to, and get engaged with this kind of thing.
I also think it's great. I also think it's great for people that are interested in history, because as John said, we probably wouldn't have gone to a lot of these different places if not for your introduction to them. So being able to attend an event and learn about Canadian history has been really, really neat too. And I don't know if we would have sought those things out if it wasn't for live history.
I think I've definitely become a better historian through live history, but like in a fun way. It's not like textbook learning. It's like it's very in the moment, very engaging, very fun learning about the history of that area. And now having been to the shows, like at first I had no idea what to expect, but now every time we go to a show, I know that I expect to have fun, to think really hard, and to learn a lot. And I think that's a really cool thing that you guys have done, have tied all 3 of those together in a fun way. And some advice I have for people who are just starting to go, or it's their first time, would be to not be afraid to interact with the characters, because that's my favorite part. I love just talking with the characters, and just like that's just a lot of fun for me, just the improv of that. To double check, that's something that we as a family always do when we go. We always like double check the clues and stuff, and also just be like observant and listen, and that'll really help you out and make sure that you reach your goal and have fun. I juggled at one of the
Round table.
at the round table. What show was that?
Yeah, the round table.
Yeah, it was the round table. I was related to one of the characters, and the character mentioned that I had something to share, so I juggled for everyone, and I thought that was a really cool way of incorporating my skill into the show, and that was really fun for me. And I hope to do that in the future again, because that was cool. These days, I'm doing a lot of shows. I'm getting a lot of emails and requests for shows. All of those shows recently have been canceled.
Yeah.
But after all this like rolls over, then I'll be doing shows again, doing birthdays, doing ticketed events, doing all that stuff again. So that's where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm just like practicing new stuff. My dad has been like kind of on me, been like practice this, and I've been like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
So I've been practicing new stuff and organizing stuff, and I'm just getting ready to get back out there and perform.
I don't need to ask him to practice juggling, but it's the magic aspect of it that I'd like to see him, practice more and stuff. I mean, I can't stop him from juggling. That's just something he does naturally. But the magic aspect of his magician juggling entertainment, is an aspect that I think it's different than the juggling. It doesn't come as natural and stuff, but eventually it will and stuff. And it's just he's like a half and half kind of entertainer that way. Oh, okay. I don't know if you do this, or we haven't seen it anyway. It would be interesting to see one of your shows tie in with like an historic restaurant, one that's actually up and running and working. Maybe once this is all over and everything, but one that's not doing takeout right now, and and to have that kind of show. We do like the live. Mystery, like the murder mystery type thing, but I don't expect that from your shows. More like live history tied in with a meal, a restaurant, sort of that aspect where you sit down with we like, I don't know, I always like just sitting down on a table of 8 people and we don't know, like 5 of them or 6 of them or whatever, and getting to know those people as well while the show is going on and stuff. So I don't know if you've done anything like that, but I'd be interested in seeing something like that. I think that'd be a good tie-in and get people away from the whole murder mystery kind of aspect of it and more into a similar live history kind of dinner.
The only thing I'd like to see is just different locations, because I love the variety in the shows and all the stuff that's in the shows, just taking it to new locations and stuff and applying that history to different stories and different characters. I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, even Noah was talking about his high school. Guelph Collegiate Vocational Institute is one of the oldest schools in Guelph here. And it's got a lot of history with, isn't it John McCrae?
John McCrae went there.
John McCrae went to Noah's high school, and it's just it's downtown Guelph, and it's such an old kind of scenery and place. So yeah, thinking about, of course, selfishly, we'd like more locations that are closer to us. We will drive about an hour to come and see you, but yeah, it would be really neat if there's more opportunity, because we would definitely be there. One of the things I thought about is that there's a lot of distilleries and things like that are very historic on the river. We have one here in Guelph as well, and it'd be neat to do something like that, an old distillery. I think there's a couple here. That would be neat to see too.